Could you really say Islamic medicine? No, because when it comes to medicine, medicine doesn't have a religion. How they use cupping or hijama, and then they say it's sunnah, use Islam in the name of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi, exploit the Muslim and exploit the masses. This is the problem. They make promises they can't substantiate using the shifa. My first argument is that, is it really a sunnah? Because according to some of the huge scholars of our time, some passed away not too long ago, someone like Sheikh bin Baz, rahimahullah, Sheikh Al-Faymin, Imam Al-Shafi, they all say that, they said that it's not the sunnah, because you don't actually get rewards from getting it done. Similar to like drinking honey, by the way. So if you have a thinking process, I know it's not the sunnah, I don't get rewards from doing it, but if I do it and have the intentions of, for the love of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi, I love Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi, I want to follow him as much as I can, and if this is something that he has recommended because he liked it, then for the love of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi, I will do it. Now this is a different intention. Then you have to also believe that ultimately if I'm going through some problems, Allah is the one who gives shifa, not the guy with a cup. And then they will argue with you, they say like, oh yeah, but this is something known from the Islamic medicine. I'm like, okay, what do you mean by Islamic medicine? And by the way guys, this is a topic which I get a lot of hate for, and I get attacked for it as well. A lot of companies and a lot of people who practice hijama, remedy, whatever you want to call it, Muslims, they talk about honey, black seed oil and all of these things, and they say, oh no, this is from the prophetic medicine. I'm like, okay, so first and foremost, what do you mean by prophetic medicine? What was the prophetic medicine of Jesus alayhi salam? If you're talking about the stuff that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did, he thought that there was healing in it by will of Allah, because it was something that was commonly practiced amongst his nation, with his environment, and he recommended it, fantastic. But you cannot say that this is the prophetic medicine. There are certain things which was available to him because of where he lived, and he thought that he could help you, and there's no problem with that. But he did that as a man. Remember, he did that as a man. Narrations of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually telling people to go to see a doctor and go further than that. I don't believe that medicine in itself can be claimed by a nation or individual, because healing ultimately, health and healing ultimately is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's up to him. Shifa is from him. Simple as that. You may then argue about, oh, but what about when the Muslims came, established all the healthcare during the Umayyads, during the Ottoman, even Andalus times, or the health system that they introduced to the world, and they were flourishing with medical schools. People were learning, coming to places like Baghdad, all these places they were learning. Okay, but who were the teachers? What material were they using to teach medicine? Has anyone ever asked this? What material was used to teach these students? How were these Islamic medical institutes developed? Based on what? How did they flourish? Who were their teachers? What were they learning from? Who were they learning from? Well, if you was to do some research, then you'll come to a quick conclusion that material and the teachers, a lot of them were Greek. Of course, they may have been converts and some of them may not be converts. A lot of them were Persians. A lot of them were Chinese, Indian. And the works that they were using was some of the top physicians of that time. The top physicians of that time, the Romans and the Greeks. And Galen's work were used to teach his students. Hippocrates, which is father of medicine, his works were used. And of course there were notable Muslims as well. Their works were used as well to teach. But the point I'm trying to make here is that what was available, the best that the world could offer, the best of the materials, the best of the individuals teaching and material that was available, it was used to teach medicine. And they mixed it. They used ancient Chinese medicine. They used Ayurvedic medicine. They used Persian medicine, Indian medicine. They used Greek medicine. They used whatever that the world, whatever knowledge that was available, which was profound, and it was shown to help, using that to teach everyone. It was an absolute combination. They were combining things to get the most effective. This is what you call true holistic. So it was the holistic approach. And to use the best of what the world could offer to start making doctors who are very well aware, who are equipped with the knowledge from different parts of the world, different type of medicine that was available. So it's quite innovative, refreshing. That's why they were flourishing, as far as my research goes. And could you really say Islamic medicine? No, Because when it comes to medicine, medicine doesn't have a religion. Because medicine is healing. Medicine is from Allah and it's a healing and it's a cure. I might be biased because I'm a Muslim. If somebody says that they're not biased, they're lying. Everybody's biased in some way or another. I'm not going to hold on to something, just because a lot of people sell it as a Muslim thing. No, I will not do that. That's that topic, guys. I mean, there will be inshallah, by will of Allah, bi'idhnillah. There will be more topics on this. There's going to be more discussions on this in the near future. And as long as people are supporting and learning from it and enjoying the education, that's what I care about.